Hi guys, it's Agatha Grace. This video has been requested, so I thought I'd talk to you guys about my university experience. I am nearly at the end of my first year at university. It has been one of the best experiences I've ever had, and I'm only 2 terms in of my first year, and I've got 3 years. So I thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit about it, about how I'm finding it. About all the different experiences, living away from home, and a little bit about my course. So the first thing I was going to talk to you about was actually going to university. Now this was really daunting. Back at home I had a small group of friends. Those would be the people that I'd mix with. I'd hang out with my family, but going to university was just such it came as a bit of a shock, but in a good way. Like it was really refreshing meeting like so many new people who were all just so different. And yeah, it was just incredible. And I was so worried about like making friends because I had been at the same school since year 7. And those people had been my friends like throughout the whole thing, and the whole idea of making new friends with these people who've come from all across the country was a bit terrifying. But it really wasn't difficult making friends because everyone's in the same boat as you. When you arrive, I just left my door open. People would like poke their head around the door. I'd poke my head around people's doors. Just introduce yourself. And then because everyone goes out that night, people want to find people to go out with. So you're all there. Once you've unpacked, everyone's mixing, everyone's talking to each other. Like towards the end of Freshers Week, it does get a bit boring. And just really repetitive, going up to someone being, hi, what's your name, where are you from, what are you studying? You could pretty much just say it backwards, like everyone is asking you the same things, but it's just an easy way to get to know people. But yeah, so I made a really good group of friends who live on my floor. There's 4 of us girls, and then through them I met some of their friends, and you end up meeting people from their course. Then you obviously meet people from your own course. Like I studied geography, and within that, I think there's probably about 80 to 100 people, maybe more than that, doing my course. I'm not really sure. I'm really bad when it comes to like counting amount of people. It's quite a few people, and then there's also smaller tutor groups, which I've got a tutor group of 6, and 2 of the girls in there are some of my best friends at university because you spend so much time with them. You see them almost every day doing work. You help each other out when you get stuck on stuff, and you just really get to know them. And at least it's something that you've got in common. You're all doing the same subject. You can join societies, join sports, and again, you're meeting people with similar interests. Because there are so many people going to university, you're bound to find people that you've got stuff in common with. And even people that you don't have things in common with. So I've got a really good group of friends who I met through one of my other friends. And a lot of those people I don't really have very much in common with, but that's nice because it gives us something to talk about. One of my friends is really into their music, and it's not really the type of music that I would normally listen to, but it's you open up to it, and you experience new things, and you get to know more about the people, and then you often find that there are things that they're really interested in that you hadn't even thought of. I would never be into things like basketball, for example, but because I met people who were really into things like that, you sort of develop an interest. And even if you don't like it, it's then something that you don't like, and then you can discuss it, and that's what's so great is the fact that so many people have such a wide variety of interests that you can just really expand your horizons and what you really enjoy. University isn't just about studying and doing your course. There is so much wider stuff around it. The next thing I was going to talk to you about was living away from home. That was the one thing that I was terrified of. I was thinking I'm gonna have to maybe cook for myself. I mean, I do get dinner at my accommodation, but I thought if I want to cook lunch or decide I want to have my own food, I've got to cook for myself, and I enjoy cooking, but having to go out and buy my own food, not having like people there to tell you what to do. At the beginning, like, although it sounds weird, I felt like I was going to struggle because I didn't have that much like self-discipline. Like, often my parents would tell me things to do, and whether I did it or not is different, but you know, at least there was like sort of structure. But you have to try and find that yourself when you get to university. And now I almost struggle coming back here and not having so much independence. Lots of my friends live really far away, and I can't just, you know, hop on the bus or like go across to someone else's halls to go and see them. That's what I struggle with coming back as well. The fact that I just have to, you know, you have to like, when you come back, you have to respect the fact that you're back at home, and you have to say to your parents where you're going, what you're planning on doing, who you're planning on doing it with. Whereas at uni, like, you can just lock up your door and leave. Like, you've got no one telling you what to do. Living away from home is just not something that I am struggling with, to be honest. You know, a lot of the time you've got things like, you've got your FaceTime and your Skype, and you can talk to them, and you do miss it. But I have definitely managed to cope quite well with it. And we get our house in August this year for my second year. It's my second year house, and then probably it'll end up being my third year house. But the thought of having my own house, a lot of people will be like, that's quite scary, like, I've only just turned 19 and I have a house. But to me, it just adds to that independence, and I'm really excited about the possibilities, you know, with YouTube, having my own house. Like, you know, I'm gonna have to get a job, because I just want that little bit of extra cash here and there. But yeah, the thought of that, I don't find it that daunting. I find it really exciting. The third thing I was going to talk to people about is actually my course, about what I do at university. So I study geography, and a lot of people give geography quite a bit of stick and say, oh, it's just colouring in, like, do you really do very much? And actually, I think why geography is not looked down on, but is the one that people do joke about with it, because it is so broad. Like, I study I do BSc geography, so I focus on more of the physical side, whereas someone who does like BA geography, or even BA like human geography, it is so different. Like, I could be learning about rainforests, volcanoes, glaciers, etc., whereas they could be learning about the slave trade, differences in, I don't know, human geography is, you know, you've got your history, you've got politics, you've got economics. There is like so much diversity within geography, so it is not just colouring in, as people like to joke about, and that joke is just so old. I would recommend to people to take a gap year if they're not 100% sure on that course that they want to do, because you are going to be spending 3, maybe 4 years doing it, and you want it to be something that you really, really enjoy and that you're passionate about. And I was lucky that I found that within geography. I found it quite late. Like, I originally was going to end up doing politics at university, and then like last minute I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. What on earth am I going to do? I was looking at psychology. I'd never done psychology before in my life. And then I thought, well, what's a subject that I've been doing for ages that I still really enjoy? And it's just always been like one of my favourite subjects, and one that I've been quite good at. So I was like, well, geography. It just had never like clicked. But yeah, I mean, I love it, and you know, I'm 2 terms in. I've already done a set of exams. They went quite well. I was quite pleased with those. You know, the first time you're doing university exams, it's not that different to A-level, the setup of exams and the way the questions are asked. But you know, it's your first exams at university, always going to seem a bit daunting. But if any of you guys have any more questions about anything to do with university, little things, maybe again to do with any of the things I've discussed, things I haven't discussed, just leave me a comment. I will try and reply to all of them. And yeah, I hope you guys who are thinking about going to university, thinking about studying geography, I hope this has like helped you. It's a little bit different from the things I would normally do, but definitely I'm going to try and do a few more videos during Easter. I don't know, maybe some makeup looks, or get ready with me, maybe even do some people's makeup. You know, it depends how it goes. Plus, I am weekly vlogging every week, being at home. So I'm weekly vlogging, yeah, this week, I've got next week. These 2 weeks I'm really not doing very much. The third week, I'll hopefully be seeing people, and it's Easter. And then within the fourth week I'm going back to university. But at least that's, you know, 4 more videos and vlogs. And I love vlogs, like, I love them almost more than this, because I don't always have to, you know, put on makeup, and, you know, it's a lot more relaxed. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, leave any comments you need. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. I hope you guys are having a brilliant day, and I will see you all soon. Bye!